What if you could hear the heartbeat of a forest? Deep in the Amazon, life doesn't just survive, it sings. Every whispering leaf, every creature's call, is part of a symphony written by nature itself. This is the jungle, alive. The living symphony, when the jungle breathes. Some places breathe. Not like we do, with lungs and ribs, but with leaves and water and life. The Amazon rainforest is one of them. Spanning over 7 million square kilometers across South America, this jungle is more than a collection of trees. It's a living organism. A symphony of survival. A cathedral of life, echoing with the voices of over 10 million species, some seen, most hidden, all essential. Step beneath its emerald canopy, and the world changes. The light dims. The air thickens with moisture. Your ears adjust not to silence, but to music, nature's music. Insects were like violins warming up. Frogs croak like ancient drums. Birds chime from the treetops with melodies that no human composer could ever write. And beneath it all, a rhythm you feel more than hear, the slow, deep heartbeat of the jungle. The Amazon doesn't simply support life. It is life. Each leaf, a breath. Each drop of rain, a note. Each flutter of wings, a chord in a song older than mankind. Here, everything is connected. The ants that march across the forest floor clear paths that allow seedlings to sprout. The monkeys that leap from branch to branch scatter fruit seeds miles away, planting future groves without knowing it. Even the fungi, hidden in the damp decay of fallen logs, recycle death into nourishment, ensuring the forest never wastes a single breath. This is not chaos. This is not random. This is design without designer. A harmony without conductor. A masterpiece with no audience except the forest itself. Above, the great trees, some hundreds of years old, stand like ancient guardians. Their roots entwine with the earth like fingers in prayer. Their branches cradle orchids and bromeliads. Their leaves drink sunlight and release it again as oxygen, mist, and energy. These titans of timber hold up the sky, and yet they owe their strength to the tiniest of creatures beneath their bark. Even in stillness, the forest moves. Even in silence, it speaks. And when the jaguar prowls through the undergrowth, you don't hear footsteps, you hear punctuation. A moment of tension in the melody. A reminder that life in the Amazon is not just beautiful, it's raw. Brutal. Sacred. Every creature has a role. The capybara, serene and social, keeps the wetlands clean. The parrot, vibrant and curious, disperses seeds far and wide. The spider monkey, agile and alert, helps keep the balance in the upper canopy. And the harpy eagle, silent and sharp-eyed, rules the skies like a ghost of wind and feathers. Each plays their part. And when rain falls, and it does, almost every day, it's as if the forest takes a deep breath. The leaves tremble. The rivers swell. The frogs sing louder. And the whole jungle sighs, alive with gratitude. It is easy to forget, in the hum of human life, that such a place still exists. That somewhere on Earth, there is still a kingdom untouched by cement, steel, and screens. But the Amazon remains. Breathing. Singing. Surviving. And maybe, calling. Calling us not just to admire, but to listen. Because in this living symphony, we are not just distant observers, we are part of the song. Guardians of the Green Kingdom, from sloths to jaguars. There are rulers in the rainforest. But they do not wear crowns. They do not command with words. They reign in silence, in slowness, in shadows, in stillness. They are the guardians of the Green Kingdom. In the Amazon, power does not always come with noise. Sometimes, it hangs upside down on a tree branch, wrapped in moss and mystery. Meet the sloth. With a gentle face and unhurried grace, it is the soul of patience carved into fur and bone. The sloth moves so slowly that algae grows on its back, turning it into part of the forest itself. But behind its sleepy eyes lies something profound, an ancient wisdom of balance. It wastes nothing. It harms nothing. And it survives. Then, higher up in the canopy, you find flashes of color and echoes of laughter. macaws brilliant, bold, and beautifully loud. These parrots aren't just decorations in the rainforest, they are its voices. They fly in lifelong pairs, screeching and singing, painting the sky with sapphire, gold, emerald, and ruby. They remember faces. They form families. They mourn their dead. Their loyalty is a lesson. Their feathers, a festival of life. And as you descend into the mid-layers of the forest, you may glimpse a shadow swinging with elegance and intent. A spider monkey, with limbs like flowing lines, moves as if drawing music through the air. With expressive eyes and a tail as agile as a fifth limb, it knows its world intimately. It laughs. It grooms. It shares. In every movement, it demonstrates the delicate choreography of coexistence. But below it all, among roots and shadows, silence and tension, moves a very different kind of guardian. The jaguar. You won't hear it coming. You won't see it unless it wants to be seen. With muscles like coiled rope and paws as soft as breath, it glides through the forest like a phantom made of fire and gold. Its spots, rosettes, are not just markings. They are echoes of sunlight filtering through leaves. They are camouflage crafted by time. The jaguar is the jungle's judge. It hunts alone. It rules alone. Yet, it is not cruel. It does not kill for pleasure. It takes only what it needs, swiftly, cleanly, with the precision of something that belongs here more deeply than we ever could. And when the hunt is over, it disappears into green, as if it had never been there at all. But even this feared predator is a nurturer. A jaguar mother will teach her cubs to stalk, to wait, to strike, but more than that, she teaches them to listen. To understand the forest not just by sight, but by sense. She passes on the unspoken law of the Amazon: respect everything, for everything has its time. Together, these creatures form a council. Not of kings and queens, but of keepers. They keep the balance. They keep the peace. They keep the secrets of a world still pulsing with ancient rhythms. In a world that moves too fast, these guardians remind us to slow down. To observe. To protect. Because if the sloth is silence, and the macaw is joy, and the jaguar is strength, then the forest is the story that binds them all. A story still being written. Still being watched. And still, if we are careful, being saved. The sacred waters, where rivers remember the moon. In the Amazon, water is more than water. It is memory. It is myth. It is a mirror through which the jungle sees its own soul. Here, rivers do not simply flow, they dream. They wind through forests like silver serpents, carving paths older than nations, more enduring than maps. They carry not only fish and fallen leaves, but whispers, ancient stories told in the language of current and tide. The most powerful of them all is the Amazon River itself. Born from the merging of two titanic streams, Rio Negro, black as night, and Rio Solimões, wide and muddy as the earth, it is a river of opposites. For miles, their waters run side by side, distinct yet united, never mixing right away. Different in temperature, texture, and hue, they dance together in quiet defiance of logic. It's as if even the rivers know, harmony does not require sameness. But deeper in the forest, where the waters darken and the noise of human life fades, another story waits, one etched in moonlight and myth. The story of Na. Long ago, the people of the forest believed that the moon was a goddess named Jackie. She lit the skies at night and watched over the river's children. Among those children was Na, a young woman so beautiful and full of longing that she dreamed of becoming one of Jackie's stars. Each night, she would sit by the river, gazing at her reflection in the moonlit water, hoping that Jackie might see her. One evening, the river was so still, the moon so bright, that Na leaned closer and closer, drawn toward the illusion of becoming light. But illusions do not hold. Na fell. Into the depths. Into the dark. Jackie, moved by sorrow, did not turn her into a star in the sky. Instead, she made her part of the river, a new creation that would bloom every night, reminding the world of the girl who reached for something more. Thus was born the giant water lily. Its leaves stretch up to 2 meters across, floating like green moons on black water. Beneath them, fish hide. Frogs rest. Dragonflies dance. They are not just plants, they are altars of memory, offering beauty in exchange for sacrifice. And beneath those floating altars, danger waits. The waters of the Amazon are also home to the infamous piranha. With teeth sharp as broken glass and a hunger that never sleeps, these fish are more than fear, they are symbols of raw survival. Their reputation as merciless predators is half truth, half legend. But to local villagers, they are also food. Tradition. Life. The piranha is both a threat and a blessing, like much of the Amazon itself. Even deeper, in the soft silt and winding roots, glides a creature of muscle and silence, the anaconda. Thick as a tree trunk, long as a canoe, it moves like a shadow through the riverbeds. It does not roar. It does not rush. But when it strikes, swift, coiled, and unrelenting, it reminds the forest that power is often quiet. And then there is the arapaima, a true leviathan of freshwater, armored in ancient scales and glinting like polished stone. It can grow over 2 meters long and, unlike most fish, it breathes air. Rising from the depths with a gasp, it pierces the surface like a memory breaking free from silence. These waters, alive with both beauty and brutality, are sacred not because they are safe, but because they are true. They hold both the softness of legend and the edge of tooth and scale. And in their endless currents, we are reminded of our own stories of longing, of risk, of becoming something more than what we were. So when you stand by the banks of the Amazon, and the moonlight kisses the surface just right, you may see her not dancing in the petals of a lily. You may hear the rush of fish below, the breath of the forest above, and realize this is not just water. This is where life remembers itself. The Amazon is not just a forest. It's a breath, a heartbeat, a memory carved in leaves and water. Every creature, from the slow-moving sloth to the fierce-eyed jaguar, plays a note in its living song. Every river, every tree, every fluttering wing, remembers. In this place, myth meets biology. Silence hides wisdom. And survival becomes sacred. We are only visitors here. But if we listen, truly listen, we might hear the jungle whisper back. Because this isn't just nature. This is life, at its purest.